And see what they're interested in and get it.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah, yeah. Totally.
There we go. Wonderful. Well, thank you all for joining us this evening and for your service to this board. I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. If we could please have roll call.
Absolutely. Chair Dorsey,
Present.
Vice Chair Zwingli, here. Richard Amici,
Here.
Diane Foster, here. Brandy Morton, here. Lawrence O'Keefe,
Here.
Mike Schultz is absent. Amanda Van Arken is absent. Chris West.
Here.
All right, Grace, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
And everyone had a chance to review November's meeting minutes. Any questions, additions, amendments, changes? Look good to me. All right. So, accept the minutes as written. All right, we have a motion on the floor. Second. We have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All against, same sign. Hearing none, those meeting minutes are approved. All right, citizen comments. Do we have any citizen comments
Nope, no,
online, email?
no, we did not receive any.
Great. We'll do board member announcements here real quickly. We'll start off with you.
Actually, I don't have anything other than my presentation later, so. We'll go to us.
Okay. I like seeing on my ring 3 to 4 times a week patrol going down the street heading towards Brian's house at about 2 a.m.
Actually, I don't.
It's nice. Going past my house towards Brian's house. So that's just, it's nice to see that they're out just patrolling. That's really neat.
I like seeing them in the daytime too.
Some of you, I think, know that I've been doing some stuff for this city of Tiger, and this Tuesday, the council, made the formal vote to refer the public safety levy renewal to the ballot. That's gonna be on the ballot. And during the council meeting, the interim chief, what's his last name? Jamie McDonald, that's right. The previous meeting, there've been a lot of discussion about minimum shift levels and calls and stuff like that. And so he shared a really interesting chart, and it wouldn't be as dramatic for the city of Sherwood, but he had the city limits of Tigard and the main travel corridors, I-5, 217 and 99. And they had for just the month of January, circles that were sized to the number of calls. And Washington Square was giant. Fred Meyer on 99 up by I-5 was almost as big. And then all along 99 to King City was significant, but so we're talking almost 600 at Washington Square in a month calls. The Fred Meyer's was in the 500s, and then in the hundreds was all down 99. And then in the surrounding, what I'd say neighborhoods, it was 20s, 30s kind of levels, a little bit more in certain areas than you would be some of the neighborhoods that I lived in, you would be surprised that those numbers were higher, but it was really interesting. It was just for a month. They're broken up into 5 districts that Tigard, and manage because of the heavy calls that they get in those 2 locations, and that was really interesting. And then the other thing that he shared is they have a brand new recruit that is going to the academy in April. And what he shared was that the academy is going 2 shifts now. They have two classes a day, and they're running more through. So that, I thought that was big news for the staffing challenges that the state's having. So
Yeah, theoretically, that could double their numbers.
60 per class versus what, 40, it used to be 40.
And 2 classes of 60?
I hadn't heard that. but
that, what he explained is that there was like a regular shift and a swing shift of classes is how they were doing it to get the numbers. So, because he was the one that they have an academy right now, it took 10 months to get into the academy, and he'll be turning out just as this guy they just hired will be going in. It was a big deal.
Good. I know there's been a lot of effort, obviously, to expedite that and correct that. And it is a beta testing system, just because there is a lot of students. 60 students is a lot.
Yeah.
And double it up. And I think I mentioned it before, the challenge was instructors, just finding people that are available to teach that curriculum. So I hope it's successful, because we need it.
That's all we got.
I just want to give yet another shout out to your media person for their Valentine's Day special. That was just fantastic. I got such a giggle out of it. And I told all my friends because it just was too funny. And I want to know, did anybody take up the offer?
I haven't heard. I think last year we posted something similar. We did have to Zoom call.
Okay,
So
well done. That's all I had.
Larry, what say you? Nothing new on my end.
just enjoying retirement. All that fun stuff and fishing. That's my new thing.
Retirement and taxes, like an oxymoron there.
Yeah, Randy.
Nothing really new. Butterfield Testing Solutions, we just moved into a new building, across from the DEQ. We're expanding. And so some of our initiatives this year is to get a little bit more involved with the community, whether it's the youth and or the employer side of things around town, getting involved in the chamber and things like that. Just being able to be an educational resource around the creative drug epidemic, different things that are going on in the world. So anything that you guys can ever bring to the table and think of where we could be involved, sponsor, be a part of, do educational series, talks, lessons, things like that. With the community, we'd be happy to partner in some way.
Somebody want to buy a table?
That's
for the SPS?
Yeah.
That's a possibility. I was just thinking about that. So, yeah. Mhm.
Where were you located before?
Right by the DMV, the cat adoption or people know
That's where you were.
Yes, and now we're back in, we built a really large building, sort of where aviatrix down that road and barrier and all that. So yeah, we're with Green Ridge Solar, so.
Oh,
Yeah. So, yeah.
You have anything, Dan?
I don't know that I have anything additional to add, but I did also want to shout out the social media is really good. And the SRO post today was cool. And it gets so much attention even outside of Sherwood and people commenting. And today, even on the SRO post, I noticed somebody's comment was, I wish that we had people like you in our town. So, it's such a positive message and it's really drawing attention a lot even outside of Sherwood, because one person from Sherwood shares it, and then all these other people outside of Sherwood see those messages, so.
Do you remember that one where they superimposed the cougar or the cat on top?
Oh, yeah.
That had 20,000 comments and 90-some thousand shares.
Yeah.
90,000.
That made the news on a national
Yeah.
level, and I saw it on the news stations that I watched.
I mean, we are reaching.
Yeah. So, you know, and just to further support that, so the Sherwood Police Foundation is doing some swag now. You know, we've got some sweatshirts, we're getting orders from across the country for some of them.
Don't he cry me?
I got it.
Really from across the country?
Yes.
Wow, cool.
I'm excited to see the Crimey Chronicles. I would love, it would be awesome if that went into a TV show, like Boxes. Remember that, when that first came out, it was just it was a TV show and it just took off.
We need a good theme song.
It's true.
Yeah. Well, I had the pleasure, is anyone online? Just make sure I don't miss anyone. Mike Schultz.
Oh, no, you don't have any.
He's gone.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, had the pleasure of going to the award ceremony for the Sherwood Police Department, and it was awesome. I just love it. I love being there. I love just hearing the stories and seeing them get the recognition they deserve from their peers and from leadership for the hard work that they do. Things that most of us would never have the heart or courage to do, to run into, to take on, saving people's lives, you know, bringing people back to life that are, you know, people that are on drugs and are homeless, that, you know what I mean, that people would think twice of walking and stepping over them. The police and the fire department and other service members that work with the public are reaching out to them and saying, how can I save their life? How can I rescue them? And it's just amazing. So that was a wonderful event, and the police our police department is getting some new tools to work with that are going to improve both what you're seeing on social media, but again, highlighting how they serve and protect our communities. And I think that message can't get out there enough. And we're just doing a phenomenal job with that. So thank you, Ty, for giving them that freedom and the support and tools that they need. And of course, the Sherwood Police Foundation is just huge. It's a partnership unlike any other that we've seen anywhere. And I know, of course, you've been with other cities. That partnership is just mind blowing. Just how effective it is giving the police what they need. You may be touching on this too about the fire on 99. We'll talk to that, but again, situations where some of the tools that the department is looking to acquire, I think will have a huge impact. I was at the chamber function, the breakfast at the fire department, and it blows my mind because for me, I'm thinking, how can we save our human resources and use tools in place of humans? So I was thinking like thermal imaging drones will be the #1 purchase of a fire department, where you can go in, find the hot spots, find where the bodies are, and then go in, you know, see if certain levels are safe to walk on or walk under, and then go in versus going in with equipment in hand and stuff falling on you or having to do all the sweep and go into rooms and stuff. I had the drone do that. It's like, you know, having a dog to go in, but it's even safer than a dog because, you know, a dog to die, but you can lose a piece of equipment. So, but looking forward to seeing how that partnership can become even that much more enjoying. But that was all I had. So just again,
Can I
thank you.
follow up a little bit
Yes.
on that? So I was thinking about
This today, and I forgot to mention it. So I have recently gotten 2 very difficult cases from the court system. One of them is dealing with child sex abuse with kids who are 84. And another one is dealing with a child who came home and found his parent and his spouse both laying on the floor, purple, from what they think was probably a fentanyl overdose. The hospital didn't do any sort of blood work to find out what the drug was, but they assumed it was fentanyl. And I just, you know, just in dealing with these 2 cases in the last couple of days, my brain is blown. And it just got me thinking about what you guys must deal with, what the officers must deal with day in and day out when they come across all of these cases in our community. And when they back up other departments in other communities. And God bless you guys, because the mental health, the toll on my own mental health just in the last few days has been pretty, I mean, I'm exhausted right now. I'm done. And to have to do this day in, day out, year after year, the way you guys do, is just phenomenal. So we're gonna come back to the idea of what kind of mental health support can we give you guys, because I'm getting just a tiny little taste of it right now. And I just can't imagine being an officer and dealing with that all the time. So God bless you guys.
Thank you. That was all I had. Yeah, it's a lot, but we're just so grateful and so fortunate. And thank you all for being a part of what helps to support and steer the great work that we see happening here in Sherwood with our police department. All right, city council work session with city board chairs. I had sent out this last month, and thank you all for understanding that hiatus last month from our meeting. It was one I think that worked out for everyone, but just wanted to jump right back into this. I'm not going to cover as much as I thought I would, because Kim's got some great input and updates around some of our pillars. Did everyone get a chance to just look over under pillar 4, under public safety, just some of the things that are deliverables for the next up to 3+ years? One of them is sort of there, but at least for the rest of a year to 2 years. And I know I had some input that I had passed on, but did anyone want to talk to any of these particular points or have any questions about any of these deliverables under the public safety pillar 4?
So is the additional SRO to go to 3?
Seven.
No, that's actually been true.
That's what I was wondering.
So, one point, can you speak to maybe what's either being addressed or has been completed? Oh, that's good. Even bigger. Okay, so.
You wanna just, you wanna collaborate, and this will be part of my council, this will be this is what I've been gonna do tonight too.
Okay, I'll let you have it.
Okay. So since that meeting, we've had our goal setting session as council. So we've taken last year's goals and we've made, this will be 24 to 25 goals. So what was completed of the current goals was the funding of the additional SRO. So that one will fall off. What has been ongoing is enhance the visibility and use of the police reserve program. That's always ongoing. And then programs to recruit and retain officers is in the ongoing and probably will always be in the ongoing. That's as far as the having to do with the department stuff. The other things that are still going to be on, I think on the deliverables list will be the safe routes to school. We're working with the school districts on that. Currently with Middleton is our first school that we're working with on that. Identify and complete infill of sidewalks for ADA. That was a big project and should be completed by project should be completed in spring, begin implementation in 24-25 budget. So sidewalks and ramps inspection started in March of 23. Project should be wrapped up by the end of March of 24. Community outreach surveys to occur in February. Project should be complete in spring, begin implementation in 24-25. I'm not exactly sure what that means.
So one of those ADA ramps has been there at the entrance of the senior center that was traffic safety. Back, I think maybe when I was on there.
I mean, we're having to do ADA ramps citywide. I mean, on a lot of sidewalks. That's been a big project. The things that we talked about new for the coming is undertaking a staffing plan in conjunction with the police advisory board. I know we've talked about that. Chief, you weren't at our goal setting. I assume you've been, I don't know if you've been up to speed on that. And whether that means bringing in another consultant or anyways, I don't know what the deliverable will be on that, but that was gonna be a goal, since there's
Yes.
some talk about that. There wasn't a lot of new stuff under public safety. There's talk about calling it community safety instead of public safety. A big one was promoting, advocating mental health and wellness within the community. And then disaster and emergency planning. So those are a couple things that are gonna be added to the goals. In that section. What do you think of that meeting, Brian? As a council, we thought, I mean, we've never done that before. I mean, that's our second one we've done.
Yeah.
But we've never brought in the chairs or to meet with council to understand what our goals are, which help tell the
Yeah.
boards and commissions
That's,
how to help implement the goals of city council, which is why we have boards and commissions. So I think that Mayor Rosner's idea on that was really, really good.
Yeah, without the idea of promoting the mental health component, did that come from some of our conversation that I had brought up in the last meeting or the meeting before last?
It very well could have, because somebody from council mentioned, brought it up in our goal setting. So I think we took the input from our chairs or, brought some of those ideas forward into our goal setting, which was our goal.
Right, right. Yeah, I thought it was very helpful. And it just keeps us all on the same page and understanding. I think coming into a meeting where you get to see all of the chairs of the different boards and departments, it just sort of, again, boosts your confidence and your spirit around the great community we have here, that people are volunteering their time in areas of interest to them or passions for them to make sure we're a better place. So I think it was a wonderful idea. Right. But that's any other questions around those political? Thank you so much. Gunther. All right.
are we checking off, council report? Cause I have a question.
No, I have just a couple other when we get to there. So yeah.
We'll be going out to policy updates.
I'm gonna try to share my screen again, but I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
So nothing really exciting that you've read. As a matter of fact, these are all just legislative mandates. So they're pretty boring. So unless
I have to open it.
there's actually, I think, Amanda had commented on some